Bienvenue, ici Warsaw, Chrysagas qui s'adresse à tout le monde. C'est parti pour la suite de NBA de K26 sur PS5. Alors voyons voir ce que je peux faire en exhibition.
Oh, say does that star-spangled
Greg, this is an exciting part of the season, isn't it? The trade deadline is behind us, and we're going to start seeing guys around the league in new uniforms. The stage is set for us.
Yeah, and we saw some teams make some moves to get better as we come up on the All-Star break. It'll be interesting to see how those new additions mesh.
Now, we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Big men on the floor for him. It'll be Washington and Gafford. Max Christie out there with Flag. And it's Marshall in at the three. Pass to Giddey. Bulls moving the ball around to the wing right side. Okoro wide open. He fires. And the three ball is good.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Washington. Now Marshall. Sweet move. Pass to Gafford. Shot's good. Marshall making the play.
That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. To the left side wing. Okoro kicks to Jones. Here's Bruce Ellis. It's rebounded by Dallas. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And guys, if you don't control second chance opportunities, you don't control your fate. That has to be their key takeaway from that one.
They were destroyed on the glass. Just horrendous. That explains their loss.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, there was a bit of uncertainty over the summer about whether the Bulls would stick with Billy Donovan or not. He also received some interest from the Knicks, but that was cleared up when the organization chose to extend him on a multi-year deal. This cements his role with the team as they continue to build. Guys, the Bulls have committed to Billy Donovan for the long haul.
He knows his stuff. Hey, Shams, thank you very much. Now, here is Smith. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Okoro shot is off. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Raptors. Here's Flag. Gonzalez grabs the board. Chicago leading. Here's Okoro. From outside, off the mark. Marshall with it. Guarded now by Okoro. And here's Washington outside. He hits it from three-point range.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Well, he just... looks so confident right there, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Now Christie. After Isaac Okoro missing on that last three-pointer. Goes back up. Christie kicks to Gafford. And the rejection by Smith. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. Here's Marshall. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly. They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there is enough game left to make corrections.
A nice shot by Okoro.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
Pass to Gafford. And here is Washington beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Giddey. Now here's Okoro. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got 4 rebounds in this game.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. He might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
The Mavericks trail. And Tim, you think about rim-running centers. Daniel Gafford typifies that type of player.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a great finisher. He knows when to dive at the rim. And what you like with Gafford is that he's willing to meet you there defensively as well.
Flag with it. Jones covering. And that one's good. Flag. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now, here's Okoro. Out to Smith. Outside, Jones. Pass to Okoro. Back to Jones. Now, here's Okoro. Marshall defending. Buries the long-range jumper.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Here's Flag. And Flag throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now, here's Marshall. Last game we saw him score 32. And the shot goes down.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Yeah, it's been a close matchup, which we expected, and this could very well come down to some big shots at the end.
Christie with the bounce pass.
This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
And that concludes the first. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
You give any team this many second chance opportunities, it's going to put you in control.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Klay Thompson is out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Marvin Bagley. Then it's Williams. And it's Nembhard in at the 1 spot.
And inside the locker room, everyone try. And welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. In this game, we'll see the Chicago Bulls going up against the Dallas Mavericks. Brian Anderson here. With me tonight are analysts Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, and our reporter, Allie LaForce. And now, Dallas' starting group. Washington and Gafford the combo inside. Flag is out there with Max Christie, and it's Marshall in at the 3 slot. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Thanks. Well, it took a while this summer, but the Bulls were finally able to get an extension done with their bright young point guard, Josh Giddey. In a buyer's market, they could afford to bargain for a team-friendly deal. And after some overreaches in the past, their disciplined approach stands out.
A good strategy. Thank you, Shams. Here's Flag. Chicago making their last shot. Here's Washington, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he'll sit the rest of this one out. Ivy's checked in for Giddey. These are his first free throws of the game. First one falls for him. Getting into the final third of the season now, Richard. Award talk is coming into focus.
I think most of the voters are starting to make their very short list. Fans might have made up their minds, but the next month will be very important.
The Bulls making a switch here. Sexton's checked in. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Pass to Washington. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Shoots from 12, and he hits the jumper. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. To the paint. Here's Smith. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Smith's got 9.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Christie against Sexton. Here's Flag. Yep, that one's good.
And I love their energy so far. They're now 4 for 4 from the field.
Inside, here's Smith. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
Off to a great start. 5 straight from the field.
Pass to Gafford. Out left to the wing. Here's Flag. First quarter of ball. Almost 2.5 minutes in. Tries to save it. Clock at 6. That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one. Left side Jones. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
I mean, just hitting all their shots early. What an offensive game plan. It must be the coaching.
Pass to Flag. Washington, a screen on Jones. And here's Flag outside. And it's Chicago with a board. This game coming after a loss versus the Raptors.
On the road, they got owned defensively. They just couldn't match the activity level of their opponent.
Yeah, if you allow a team to shoot such a high percentage in their own building, you're going to have a big hill to climb.
Now here's Marshall. 32 points for him last game against San Antonio. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Gafford. Yep, that one goes. Gafford's got 6.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And here's Gafford. Here's Flag, defended by Jones. Back to Washington. Takes the 3. No luck on that one. Bulls leading by 4. Jones from outside. Washington grabs the miss. Dallas has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here's Flag. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
For Chicago, Richards comes in for Okoro, and Ivy subbed in for Jones. Dallas also making some changes. Middleton is checked in for Washington, and it's Nembhard in for Marshall. Now here's Sexton. He's scoreless. Granted, recent seasons, the big limiter on Chris Middleton's game has been health.
Yeah, B.A., and it's just so frustrating. Here's a high-impact player, an all-star, and he's always having to come back from something. Not what you want for anyone.
On the wing, Ivy. Pass to Smith from downtown. Drains the triple. 14 points for him.
And I'll tell you what, that's what being unselfish is all about. Ivy finding the open man.
They set the pick, and here's Flag outside. Rebound by the Bulls. Their last meeting was in this building. They were able to come out on top.
They came away with an easy win last time, due in large part to their work on the glass.
And if they can keep that same physicality, you have to think they'll be in a good position to grab another win here.
Mavericks trail by 7. Here's Nembhard. Middleton outside. Lets the 3 fly. Buzelis grabs the board. Chicago has gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. A nice shot by Smith.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
We'll see if they can keep this pace. Not sure they can win it by relying on just the 3.
Now here's Gafford. Coming off a 16-point game against San Antonio.
Oh, yeah, and he was piling up the blocks, too, 4 of them. And it's about more than just that number. It's about getting into shooters' heads.
To stop the run, Christie finds Middleton. Takes it inside, and is blocked. Here's Buzelis. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
Great job ending the quarter.
And so it's Chicago, now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Chicago.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. They've got Thompson. Marvin Bagley is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Williams, and it's Nembhard in at the 1 spot. And the Mavericks have stressed the importance of defense to winning at the highest level, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., they felt that fortifying the team at that end of the floor would get them closer to contention. And look at them. They're making some bold. moves there along the way.
Nembhard with it, now guarded by Simons. The 3 from Thompson. It's not going to go for him.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Oh, rocketing off the floor. Ivy using all of his athletic ability on the jam.
On the wing, Nembhard. He's covered by Simons. Middleton. And he drains the turnaround J.
Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
And so Simons will bring it up for the Bulls. Next up on the schedule, the Nuggets, a home game. That'll be the second of a 2-game stretch at home. Nails it from 3.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Okoro is checked in for Chicago. Jones comes in for Simons. Dallas also making some changes. Marshall, he's checked in for Bagley. Washington comes in for Klay Thompson. And Flag subbed in for Williams. Here's Flag. Banked it in off the glass. Flag's got 6.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Jones feels it out. The 3 from Okoro. That's good, and it's Jones with the assist. Jones has got his... 5th assist in this one. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. The Dallas Mavericks are all in on defense. Coach Jason Kidd said, quote, "That's something you can hang your hat on, especially when your offense isn't going. Defense will give you a chance to win those ugly games." That gives you the opportunity to play for that bigger trophy. Guys, back to you.
Gotta have it. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Just 5 to shoot. Fades and shoots. He connects. And now he's 4 for 6 in today's game.
Probably didn't need the fade on that shot, but he might have thought the defender was a little bit closer.
Well, Grant, in 2024, you added Cooper Flagg to the USA Select team before he even played a game in college.
You know, he maybe looked really good, too. You know, he performed extremely well against the men's national team. And at just the age of 17, he already looked like one of the better players on the court that day.
Middleton with it, and it's Ivy picking him up. That one's good for 2.
He's had a rough start to this game, and that's being nice. But he's gotten back on track here in the second.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Chicago making some changes. Smith, he's checked in for Richards. Buzelis comes in for Williams. And Anthony Simons subbed in for Ivy. Gafford, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Christie comes in for Nembhard. Pass to Gafford. Washington outside. There's the screen by Marshall. Washington passes to Marshall. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Chicago leading by 19. Now here's Simons. The 3 from Okoro. Another 3 for Chicago.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Marshall left side. Pass to Flagg. 1:35 left in the first half of this one.
Get him the ball anywhere close to the hoop, that thing is over.
For Chicago, they've gotten 8 of their first 10 to go. Great shooting here. The second quarter. And Okoro gets it to go.
The three-point shot has been his weapon of choice this quarter.
Marshall passes to Gafford. They set the screen. Here's Flagg. Outside Christie. Washington finds Christie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the triple. And it's Washington missing.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Oh, got that one up quick. Okoro. Got 12 now in this quarter.
A dozen consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Pass to Buzelis. There's the 3. That's good. And it's Jones with the assist. Buzelis has got 5 points.
Yeah, this demonstrates how confident Buzelis is. He knows he can be lethal off the catch. Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim.
And it's Simons missing. Dallas has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. And it's Christie with a 3. Christie's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Coach is loving the ball movement.
He drops it from range.
I think it's great to see that kind of confidence in a young guy like Buzelis.
Here's Flagg, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
You look at what he's doing here, and it's hard to imagine him playing much better.
And out of bounds, the Mavericks will take it.
Checking into the game for your ball, number 13.
And so it's Chicago, ending the period up by a staggering 23 points. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Yeah, they are letting it fly. We need an air traffic controller out there.
I'll grab the cones and vests out of the... And we've got the playoff pictures. Thanks as always.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. One guy who's been getting it done is Jalen Smith.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Wait until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
They've got Trey Jones. Isaac Okoro is out there with Buzelis. Then there's Jalen Smith, and it's Sexton in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Mavericks trail by 21. And Richard, the Bulls going from playing one of the slowest paces in the league to one of the fastest.
Yeah, that's what happens when you start to trend towards youth. You got to put those young legs to use, trying to pace and space with three-point shooting.
Pass to Buzelis. Three-pointer. They grab their own miss. Another shot. And it's good on the lay-in. Buzelis has got 10 points in the game.
And it took some time, but hopefully getting that make will kind of kickstart him, kind of wake him up here in this third quarter after missing their first few shots.
And he... jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Pass to Sexton. Fires the 3. That's good. And it's Jones with the assist. Jones has got his 9th assist of the game now.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Here's Flag. Back to Christie. Takes a 3. Sexton grabs the board.
Their first miss since the break. Still, I like how they've come out so far.
Okoro on the wing. Launches it. Another 3 for Chicago.
He drops yet another dime. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Here's Christie. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
He's just an aggressive finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. Sexton, that's... good.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Here's Flag. And again, it's Dallas.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
For 3, Sexton. The Mavericks pull it in. Pass to Flag. Gets it to go. He's now 9 for 11 on the night.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Outside Sexton. Over Christie. Yep. nearly drops it. After rolling around the rim, Sexton's got 11.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
Here's Flag. And that one falls. Now 10 for 12 with that make. Richard, looking at your career, 17 years in the league. How'd you survive the grind of a regular season that many years?
Well, one, you got to take care of your body, and two, evolution is the key to success. I was a different player when I was year 3 than I was at year 15. You have to continue to evolve.
Looking at who's out there now for Chicago. Williams is checked in for Smith. Yabusele comes in for Buzelis, and Dillingham subbed in for Sexton. Pass to Flag, and here's Christie, guarded by Okoro. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Gafford, he gets it. He's 7 for 8 and really going at him out there.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Mavericks trail by 20, and let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, the game is going global. Players Association President and sharpshooter C.J. McCollum said, with all the NBA players who weren't born in the United States, we're attracting fans from those places, and it's going to make our game better. That's what we want at the end of the day. Back to you guys.
Crossing over borders. Allie, thank you. Pass to Washington. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Yabusele.
Hey, sometimes you miss even under the best of circumstances.
And here's Jones. The 3 is up. And Yabusele with a bucket. On the assist from Jones. Yabusele's got 5 points now this quarter. And the Mavericks call time here.
Adjustments are a part of every game, in every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to get your group together and make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now a moment to take a look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it's been trending for Chris Middleton.
And it's not the kind of trend he wanted to see, but that's what happens over the course of almost any career. Coaches around the league have learned all your tendencies, and let's face it, playing for as long as he has takes a toll on the body.
Bagley passes to Nembhard. For 3. No good that time. Jones with some nice D. And Williams has got the ball here for Chicago. The 3 ball. And again, it... The Bulls from deep.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Here's Christie. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, wow. Plenty of room for his trademark slam.
You could tell once he saw the crack in the D, you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, everybody in the building was waiting for it.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Thompson. Defense right on him. 6 to shoot. It's Bagley, high post. That shot, no good. And so it's Chicago in total control, up by 29 going into the break. And their three-point shooting. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big men in the league today than we've ever seen.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter. Thompson and Flagg fill out the wings. Chris Middleton is out there with Marvin Bagley. And it's Nembhard in at the point. And here's Thompson for 3. And Ivy pulls it down.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Yabusele left side. There's Simons with a 3. And the rebound goes to Dallas.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Hard to win games when you allow clean looks from the perimeter.
And for Dallas, they're shooting incredibly well. 63% and really making their shots count. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Sexton finds Yabusele. And that one's good. And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. Nembhard with it. Richards picks him up. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
Over to the wing. Here's Richards. And there's another one for Chicago.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
The trap by Nembhard. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. The Bulls have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense.
It hasn't been his best game, but his team is still doing just enough to be up.
Thompson gets a good look. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it.
What poise from Thompson, not allowing for any distractions from his shot.
And here's Simons outside.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
The 3 from Thompson gets the 3 ball to go. Thompson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball. They say it's a make or miss league, and there's sometimes that you miss.
Ivy against Nembhard. Chalk up 2 there.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Chicago has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Here's Richards. And it's in there.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
The 15-footer. Middleton, no good.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
Here's Richards. Off target from outside. For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field so far in the fourth. Simons with it. Now Thompson defending. Simons passes to Richards. Lets it go from the wing. Count that. That one. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Nembhard outside. Outside Bagley. And Flagg gets it to go on the assist from Bagley. Flagg's got 22 points.
Nothing in the game's quite as smooth as a finger roll. Great finish right there.
Richards' shot is off. The Mavericks have gone 6 for 9 here in the fourth quarter. And Thompson gets it to go.
And Clay is just so lethal with the pull-up jumper. Look, I'm just going to tell you, there's not a lot you can do to stop him.
Yabusele outside. Unloads. And there's another. One for Chicago.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Nembhard against Sexton. Thompson right side. And Dallas hits again from deep.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Richards inside. He's covered by Bagley. And the shot's good. Richards has got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Bulls.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And this will go down as win number 20. For them this year.
And they have to feel pretty good about themselves, taking the first 2 games of the season between these teams.
Nembhard against Sexton. Pass to Thompson. And again, it's Dallas.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
Too little, too late. That final score will look way closer than how this game actually played out.
Hits the trifecta.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. From behind the arc. Another miss by Simons. And it's the Mavericks ball. Got it.
We have seen Klay Thompson with some of the most impressive shooting performances in NBA history. His team and him both know you better feed that hot hand because he's got it going on.
And here's Nembhard. So no problem for Chicago. They get the win. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And
all right, thanks, Allie. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Richard.
Alors, trophée Victoire. Remporter un match, voilà le trophée que je viens d'obtenir. Si tu as des questions, n'hésite pas à rester passionné dans ce que tu fais. Fin de la vidéo.
And here's Nembhard. So no problem for Chicago. They get the win. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with